All right, let's go ahead and kick this off. I'd like to thank everybody right off the bat for coming out, supporting this day. Good? Memorial Day. It's a time for Americans to join together with their history and core values by honoring those who gave their lives for the ideals that we cherish. We had a great president, Ronald Reagan. I want to quote him real quick. We are forever in debt to those who have given their lives that we might be free. Memorial Day, that we stop and take a moment to remember the cost of freedom that we take granted today. Now we're going to have the Triton High School Band, and a moment of silence first, please. All right, thank you. Triton High School Band, send us off. Hey, we're going that way. Yeah, we are.
Oh boy, different grade with this, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Is she firing? Back up. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, girls. Just put in front of Tom.
It's so quiet. They should be
Same to you.
playing in the cemetery. Not in the cemetery. Yeah, they can play there.
Hey, Jan.
Hey, Bob. Mr. Broderick, happy Memorial Day.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, I know, right?
Thank you. Yeah, and whatever you do.
That's all we're going to put you on. I can only dip it tonight. Oh my God.
Guys, everything's strong. You do, yeah. You don't even know what you're doing before it's done. You already did it all. $50 a kid.
We also had a
I don't know. Wait, keep it up. You're playing on.
Here's up the stone wall one side of the second road. And by the end of the day,
Big ass clock.
I give him, I'm like, you want to stay here? Kylie was watching us out here. Chef Lance. No. She drives for at some point, I gotta choose or Phil's. Well, that's what I want to run it up somewhere. The little one. Yeah, tell that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our ceremony. I'm Dave Peterson from the Board of Selectmen. I'm also on the Cemetery Commission. I just want to take this opportunity while waiting for the Master of Ceremonies to get here. As you all can see, the Star Garden was just refinished this week with all the very nice brickwork. It was donated by the Great Marsh Garden Club of Rowley, and they had artistic designs from Route 1 came up and put all the brickwork in and finish it off, so it's really become a permanent memorial at this time. We apologize for the grass not being in yet, but with the weather we've had, it was slow getting the brickwork started. So by next year, this should be really a lush green monument, so we're really looking forward to that. So thank you for coming, and we'll perform the ceremony in just a minute.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am State Senator Bruce Tarr, and honored to be here with all of you this afternoon. The first part of our program is actually going to be a tradition that has developed in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts over the last many years, wherein the governor proclaims the day of Memorial Day and invites us all to take fittingly in the recognition of that day. He does so by a proclamation that is very special and very carefully worded, and that proclamation is going to be read this afternoon by our very own Selectman, Cliff Pierce. Cliff?
Thank you, Bruce. It's an honor to be here today to say a few words on Memorial Day, which is the day in which we honor those brave American men and women who died in the service of the United States Armed Forces. Consider for a moment what they did for us. They died and fought to gain our independence from a tyrannical king. They fought and died to preserve the Union. They fought and died to make the world safe for democracy, and they fought and died to prevent an ideology from taking over the world in a prolonged, dark, and brutal dictatorship. Finally, they still are fighting and dying to keep us safe from those who would harm us and who did harm us. So as Abraham Lincoln said in his inaugural Gettysburg Address, it is truly entirely proper and appropriate that we meet here today in this small cemetery to to honor those who gave their best, who gave their last full measure of devotion. But is it really enough to meet here once a day? In the World War II movie, Saving Private Ryan, in a scene near the end of the movie, a dying Captain Miller, portrayed by Tom Hanks, tells Private Ryan, portrayed by Matt Damon, to earn this, earn it. In other words, tells him to live his life in a way that honors the sacrifices that have been made to keep him safe. Like Private Ryan, I think we have an obligation to earn their sacrifices. And it's not so hard to do. We can earn it, first of all, by exercising the right to vote, which is a right that they died for, after all. We can also instill in our children and our grandchildren an appreciation for their sacrifice. And finally, we can become more civically engaged by volunteering in our schools, in our churches, and maybe even in town government. By doing these things, we will ensure, again, to quote Abraham Lincoln, that these men and women shall not have died in vain, and the government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the fate of the earth. Now I read the proclamation. Whereas, while the nation was still recovering from the horrors of the Civil War, people in cities and towns across the country gathered to honor those Union and Confederate soldiers who had given their lives, celebrating their first Decoration Day. And whereas, after World War I, the nation came together again to honor those who had fallen in the service of their country. Renamed Memorial Day, the last Monday in May is when people remember and honor the memory of all the men and women who fought and died in all America's wars and conflicts. And whereas throughout our country's history, thousands of Massachusetts citizens have fought in wars and conflicts to defend our safety and way of life, and whereas their legacy of patriotism and dedication to country is an inspiration to all Americans, and whereas it is appropriate that all Massachusetts citizens remember the bravery of those who gave their lives, so that their sacrifices serve as a reminder of the cost of our freedom. Now therefore I, Charles D. Baker, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim May 27, 2019 to be Memorial Day, and urge all the citizens of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Given at the Executive Chamber in Boston this first day of May in the year 2019, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 242nd. Thank you.
I think we've reached the end of our speeches. Is the firing squad, are they going to do a salute? Okay, at this time, they're going to do the 3-gun salute. And you take your hats off, and when that's complete, we'll form up and go across the street to the Confederate Monument over on the town common. Thank you very much for that salute. Thank you for being here. We're going to now march over to the Common, where we'll conclude our ceremonies at that time. and the band will perform a couple of songs and national anthem, etc. Thank you.
And I could see on the table there were these two look like
Watch out for the camera.
My sister had to take in her back. It was too much in her back.
Sure, why not? We want to hear the band. We want to hear the band. Who wants to hear the Star Spangled Banner by the band? At this point, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen, I would like to thank the band, Triton Band. They do a great job. Sue Densmore, one of our own, used to be a resident. Her family's still in town. She's the director of the band, still right over here. Give her a little bit of a hand. We'd like to thank all the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and Brownies. And I don't know, is there another group there that I missed? They're all Girl Scouts these days. They're all Boy Scouts. So thank you very much. I want to thank the Honor Guard, the RVA for the work they've done putting the program together. Obviously, the police and fire departments are here looking sharp and doing a great job. So with that, we'll listen to the Star Spangled Banner by the Triton Regional High School Band. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dave Levitt. He represents the Raleigh Veterans Association, and he's going to say a few words to the group here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, parents and grandparents, we are here today to honor our veterans who served us during the times of peace and war. As a child growing up, I learned how to honor the symbols of freedom in our country. Memorial Day is the time when we show our respect to all veterans, near and far and at home. I have a favorite quote which I would like to bring to your attention today. It is called "Freedom is not free." It was a veteran who, not the reporter, who gave us freedom of the press. It was a veteran, not the poet, who gave us freedom of speech. It was a veteran, not the campus organizer, who gave us freedom to demonstrate. It was a veteran who salutes the flag, who served beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. If you love freedom, thank a vet.
What the band is tuning up here. They're going to play "God Bless America." When they're done with that, I would like to have a moment of silence. I'm a Vietnam veteran myself, and I would like to have a moment of silence for all those veterans who never made it home, and the reason why we celebrate. If you've looked at the Boston Common, they put out 37,000 flags of Massachusetts people who died in war since going way back to the Revolution. I'd like to give them a moment of silence. In the meantime, we'll hear the band play. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, one quick change. Before we do taps, we'll have the shooting of the salute, firing squad. Thank you, gentlemen and lady. Go ahead, Sue, you're on. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence. Thank you, and God bless all those veterans who didn't make it and all their families who had to bear up under that horrible feeling that their loved one wasn't coming home. With that, we'll hear taps. That'll conclude our ceremony. Thank you very much. We wish you all a respectful and rest of Memorial Day. Be safe going home. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it was announced, but there's hamburgers and hot dogs at the Raleigh Veterans. For those, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if it was announced, but there's hamburgers and hot dogs at the Raleigh Veterans for those who want them. Thank you again.